So I did problem number 1 of chapter 3.8, and they want you to calculate the 2 iterations of Newton's method to approximate a zero of the function given the initial guess. And they give you 8 slots of this chart to fill out, and you had to find the answer for each one of them. And Newton's method is x to the n plus 1 equals x to the n minus f to the x of the n over f prime of x to the n. Okay, so for the function they gave me, it was x to the 5th minus 5. And then the term they gave me was x to the 1 equals 1.8. And you're going to need a derivative of this function. So the derivative is going to end up equaling 5x to the 4th. And so they give us the initial x to the n, which is that first term. So I plugged in that for that answer. And then for f to the x to the n, I plug in that first term into the equation. So I have f to the f of 1.8 equals 1.8 to the 5th minus 5. And once you simplify that, that equals 13.896. So I put that in for the second answer. And then next they want you to find the answer when you plug it into the derivative. So I plugged in 1.8 to the derivative. It equals 5 times 1.8 to the 4th. And it simplifies all the way down to 52.488. And then they want you to find the answer of that first term, which is the 13.896, divided by the answer of the derivative, which is the 52.488. I did that right here, and the answer we got for that is 0.265. So that's what you got for the answer. And then for this last part, they want you to plug it all into the Newton's method. So you want that initial term minus what the initial term equals in the function, which is again the 13.896, over the what it equals in the derivative, which is the 52.488. And once I simplified that, we got the 1.535. And that's going to be your next term, since whatever you get for this answer, that's just the next term. It takes whatever the n term is, and you add 1, so it gives you the next term. So that's what you want to put in for the answer here, and there as well. So again, you just want to follow the same steps. You're going to want to plug in the 1.535 to the function. And then once you plug in the 1.535 to the function, you're going to get 1.535 to the 5th minus 5. Simplifies to 3.522. And then you're going to want to find the derivative, what it equals in the derivative again. So f prime of 1.535 equals 5 times 1.535 to the 4th, and that all equals 27.759. And then again, you're going to want to find what it equals in the original function divided by what it equals in the derivative of the function. So you take what it equals in the function, which is the 3.522, divided by the derivative, the 27.759, and that equals 0.127. And then you're going to plug it into the Newton's method again, into the Newton's equation, get that next term. So you have the original amount, which was the 1.535, minus what it equaled in the original function over the derivative. And whenever you plug that all in, you got the 1.535 minus the 0.127, and you get the 0.127 because that's what you got whenever you divided those two together, and that all together equals 1.408. So if you're going to go on to the next step onto this chart, the next term would be x to the 3, and that would equal 1.408. And then if you wanted to do another row, you would just follow the same steps, and it would give you the 4th term, and so on.